Three. CFR Network, CFR News. Good day, good night, all. Welcome back to the broadcast. Diligently hard there in at the lab with the sibling cooking it up. The Rhino, what it
Yes,
do, man?
sir. It's going down in Texas, man.
Always, man. The great state had to we can re-establish and re-continue our build from it's been a minute, as y'all
Yeah,
say. It's
man.
been a
Actually,
minute.
listen, I know exactly, bro. It was 2020. You know what I mean? I got to know that year. I got to know it.
Important and special year, man,
Very
which will be
important.
edged. Yes, yes, yes. And give thanks for the moment. Give thanks that we're still here, blessed to be living.
Yes,
Rise in
sir.
paradise to everyone who transitioned through that terrible zombie apocalypse. But we're here,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Gregorian year of 2022, about to move swiftly into the Gregorian year of 2023.
Oh, Lord. Yes, sir.
So,
We done lost people. We didn't gain people. We done
yes.
got a new monarchy since we last talked. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, man. As we previously done chopped up a little some for Riggedy, man. A lot has changed, man. The political systems all changed up. World systems changed. We got the World Cup going on.
Yeah.
You
USA
know.
all the way, baby.
Of course, but how likely? I mean, they do have a better team, a lot better team than usual. And let me just say, I'm talking from a very much an outsider standpoint because I haven't been involved in consuming football since the 90s.
Oh,
So
Lord.
yeah, man.
Hey, all I know is this is our first time making it back in a while. So,
Yes. Now, but from what I hear, the USA team is quite strong per se.
hmm
So I don't think
no,
y'all gonna win anything like that, but it's gonna be
nah.
fun.
But the women they make it all the time though. So,
Yeah, but I mean, let's not even get into that. I mean, it's good that they're doing it, but apparently the skill level isn't exactly at par. But it's still a young sport,
oh yeah. Well,
quote
for here,
unquote.
yeah, yeah. For
So,
here, I'm trying to get my kids on it because I'm like, it's the biggest sport in the world.
mhm.
Um, you're less likely to have a major injury from it, and you can make lots of money. Go kick that soccer ball. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. And America's embracing it even more and more with like, isn't it on ESPN?
Yeah, they do it.
Yes,
ESPN, different stations down here. Yeah.
it's big, man. It's big.
So tell me something real quick. I want to know how is it for the brothers in the UK? Like how y'all treated? Can I come down there and kick it?
Yeah. As an outsider coming in, or as just being original and being in the United Kingdom?
Give me both. Give me both.
Okay. So if you used to come, and I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but as an American, as a Black American, especially in this
Mhm.
day and age, you will be received very, very well.
Okay.
Especially because you're an artist as well. You have a certain persona and energy about self. So you'd be received well. And from the original folk over here, we see you, man. We're just
Just
separated by waters. That's the only difference, man. We fam.
no, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're fine, man. Definitely. Like when I see true African people come to Texas,
Hmm.
like I don't treat them any differently than any other people of original blood from any other place. We all family to me.
Yes, indeed.
Can
The mo-
do you season your food? That's all I care about, bro.
no, 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 no. You've missed a step. Do you wash and clean it first, sibling?
Yeah, all that, bro.
Because in the UK, that's a big thing, man. They put you'd be amazed, Rhino. They put
Mhm.
out a commercial saying, "Do not wash your chicken. You're gonna contaminate your kitchen with the water splattering everywhere." And okay.
There's different ways of washing it. Now a rinse, a good rinse and stuff, but putting dishwashing liquid on it and stuff, I've seen people do that. That's different. Don't do that.
And it don't do that. Lemon, lime, or vinegar, you know.
Yes, sir.
Well, you already know the thing, man. You're a Southern gentleman, so you
Yeah,
already
man.
know your way around at the kitchen and the do's and the don'ts.
Damn right, brother. Damn right.
So was a lot of that self-taught, or was a lot of that learned from, your mother?
Here, it goes back from like grandmothers to mother.
Hmm.
Um, you just kind of pick up on stuff because you know that once you move out,
Yeah,
somebody got to cook. You feel me?
exactly.
So
Yes.
my old man, he was the one that would make the cornbread. So I learned his cornbread, everything else pretty much from my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that you? I know we're talking quite generally, but would you say the majority of Southern women have uh
A,
that
a, a
ethos
good
as well?
a good amount, a good amount. If you're blessed to have a grandmother in your life, have your
Hmm.
moms in your life, a lot of times they're gonna know how to throw down in the kitchen.
Yes,
And
yes.
honestly, nowadays, if you know which YouTube or which TikTok video to watch, you should learn something.
Excellent point, sibling.
Hey,
Excellent point.
what's the old saying is if you know how to heat it, you know how to season it, you'll be all right. Real
And
talk.
look, and experience is a good teacher because if you
Yeah,
can, you do it once, you're like, oh, it's not as nice as so and so's, and you continue doing that, you continue doing you perfect the art and you continuously look at to improve, then all it can do is get better, right? You ain't gonna get
yes,
worse.
sir. And make sure you watch the videos with people with like big arms. If they got them big meaty arms, they know how to cook something.
Excellent point, because clearly they're sustaining themselves very well.
Exactly, bro.
Most deaf, man, most deaf. So let's switch it up a little. Some we was previously talking about that Charlie Boy single. Let's
Mhm.
let's 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 uh
So,
let's rewind that build.
what happened was you were asking about what's going on right now.
Hmm.
So, I'm talking about, working on music always, hosting, just staying in the realm of hip hop. In this past year, what has happened is with the TikTok, um, the single Charlie Boy song "Thick Fine Woman" has taken off. So, Dirty Third, as a group movement, whatever, we're putting a lot into promoting that song and trying to get it as big as possible. It's grown on Amazon Music ranks. It's grown on most added freaking playlists around the country, different DJs. Um, so our management has been getting calls from China, getting calls from places like the UK, different places that are
Mm.
interested in maybe having us come out and do stuff. And we're building that right now. So not to say everything else is on the back burner, but we're focusing a lot of attention on, all right, if the song is catching on, then let's work it. Let's
Mm.
circulate it. Let's try to get out there with it. And the funny thing is, like I said, TikTok, the song is like I want to say about 9 years old, but the saying goes, there's no such thing as having an old song because there's people that haven't heard it yet.
Exactly.
You
And the
know,
the point I always reiterate, pardon self, especially when I'm doing these Texas builds, these Texas series,
Mhm.
is that y'all make some timeless music, like the stuff you can put on, and unless you know and was around when it was released, you could put it on and you're like, "Yo, this is a new track."
Exactly. As I'm talking, it's that real life. I'm taking something out the oven right now, baby.
Yeah, yay.
Yes,
It's
it.
so let's put some context. This What special day is it today for North America?
So right now it's Thanksgiving. There's I don't know who else all celebrates Thanksgiving. I know there's a Canadian one, but I don't count that because that started like 1980s or something. But um, Thanksgiving, just a time to reflect, be thankful for what you have. And basically, what we do is as Americans, we take the time off to relax, eat a lot of food, and
Mm.
watch football, American football.
Yes.
Hmm. But hell, World Cup is going on right now too. So both forms of football, we're watching it.
Indeed, which is quite unusual. I mean, when they said it
It
was
is.
on, it's because it's normally on in the summer, isn't it? The World
Yes,
Cup.
sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, as far as I know, yeah, summertime kind of thing.
I guess with with the lockdowns and all the other stuff that was happening, and I think there was unfortunately, pardon self, rising paradise to all of the 100+ people who died, helped to construct the stadium over there
Oh
in
yeah.
Qatar.
Hmm.
So maybe all of that just delayed them actually putting together, actually being able to host the games themselves. So I guess it's a
That makes
double
sense.
a double win for y'all this year for in America.
Yeah, especially if we win the World Cup. But I will say this: speaking of world champions and stuff like that, the Houston Astros did win the World Series in baseball, so we are world
Yes.
champion in baseball. I want to take a moment to just acknowledge how amazing Houston, Texas is. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And it's about time. It's about time.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So how are we looking for American football wise? We got Cowboys or
Yeah, I mean, I'm a
or
Houstonian, so my soul
Texans?
won't let me root for yeah, it won't let me root for nobody else.
Yeah,
Um
yeah,
in
yeah.
the state, even though the Texans they suck. I mean, and I don't talk mess about sports really.
Hmm, hmm.
So I mean, I acknowledge when my team sucks. For some reason, a lot of people can't do that, but I acknowledge that we suck right now. But it's all good. I don't care.
Yeah. Now the Houston Texans, they're formerly the Oilers, right?
No,
No?
the Tennessee Titans are formerly the Oilers. The
Okay.
Houston Oilers, when I was younger, they moved out of Houston to Tennessee, and for a little while before they changed their name, they were the Tennessee Oilers for like a season, I think. And then they changed their name to the Tennessee Titans. The
And
Texans are a whole new organization.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Give me
So
some NFL game.
yeah, and I still have some people that are Houstonians still claim the Titans, which I mean that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I love the Oilers growing up, but I feel like
Yeah.
they turned their back on the city. The ownership turned their back on the city, so I don't fool with them.
Mm. And I get it because that's what I grew up. It was the Oilers or Dallas, Texas Cowboys.
Hmm.
And that was the only teams I used to, when we used to get our starter jackets or the starter hats. Show my age.
Hey, I remember those bro, those pullovers. Those were dope.
Yeah, man. And if you notice that they're bringing them shits back?
Yeah, I would. I remember back then they were like $100 a pop,
Yes.
and I mean, honestly you could bring it back for that same price and you still making money.
Oh, sibling. But look how much they're charging now, 250, $300.
No, I ain't about that.
Mm, mm-mm.
I ain't
And the,
about
and
that life. You can get a PlayStation for that.
this is it, just for
Right.
fashion. Yeah, and this inflation thing. I mean, talking about that, like,
Mhm.
how is this financial kind of system sort of how is it affecting y'all in America? Are you feeling like all of the increases in the utilities and food and all that there?
Yeah. Um, Luckily, around this time, it's starting to be closer to winter time, so you don't have to run your air condition as much. That helps bring down the electric. But whereas people used to stunt on social media with cars and jewels and stuff like that. Now you're stunting with lights that work. You're stunting with groceries being paid. Stunting with gas. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I
Yeah.
got a full tank, fam. Stuff like that nowadays.
Yes, yes. Necessity, needs versus wants.
Yeah, especially man, the bling bling era is a little old now anyway. So
Wow, it's just to entice the young, malleable no minds now. For adults, they know that like unless I'm pulling in X amount of money, there's no way I'm gonna live and maintain that kind of lifestyle. So let's be sensible. Let's live within my means and let's just be
yeah,
happy.
I think what happens is like me personally, social media, if you use it to learn and not just look at butts,
Mhm,
then you can actually learn a thing or two. Like I learned about stocks and taxes and just different things to help you make other money, help you to make your situation better. You know what I mean? Like if you're on social, I feel like, I mean, there's plenty of butts, look at some good but at the same time, learn something if you're going to be on social media.
yeah. Utilize it for not just for quote unquote socializing, or
Yeah.
indeed, as you say, for lower chakra sort of self-gratification purposes. But as you say, there's so much stuff on there. Like there's channels on there that have just got like life hacks on there. Little
Yeah.
ways, little things just to improve and just help things, maybe not throw away this and you could use it to do this. Little
Hmm.
thing, all these little things we can, I think
And
we
the
can.
thing is, no, like your page, like I'll check out your story sometimes and you'll put up information or things going on or out there in your area that, I didn't know about. Makes me want to throw in a backpack, come out there and fight for civil rights or, what I'm saying?
Yes,
Whatever.
yes,
Like,
yes, yes, yes. And that's the beauty that is the beautiful part of social media that you can go onto my page in the UK and see some stuff that's happening locally rather than just seeing
yeah.
a general kind of, oh, this is what's happening in the UK today. Like,
Mm-hmm. Because you know how the news does. They're going to sugarcoat it or only show light towards things they want to show, So it's good to have
Mhm.
real people that'll show you the real, be like, look at this. You know what I mean?
Yes, and a perfect example of that is and fake media would be I woke up on what we are now, I think it was last week, and I just saw loads of stuff about Iran and protesters. 15,000 protesters are going to be executed and stuff. And I'm thinking, bro, that seems quite extreme kind of thing.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And I'm trying to visualize, like, well, how would this take place? 15,000 people to be executed, and usually they're like all behead people and that kind of stuff. So I'm like, that's
Hmm.
quite strenuous. How many people like are they going to have? Like 50 people like commit this execution, and is it going to happen over a month period? And I thought, okay. And then I looked into it more, and then people were saying, oh well, if the women are virgins then they,
I saw that. I know what you're talking about.
yeah. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking, this does not sound right at all. This
yeah,
just
yeah.
sounds
That's a bit
weird. This
much.
just. So I looked online, I looked at some multiple sources, and then the truth emerged that it was all fake news. And Justin Trudeau was tweeting about it, and another some pop star or something was tweeting about it as well. The power
Hmm.
of media. And people were just running with it. They were just posting it, reposting it. This is terrible. Iran, oh my God, look what these guys are doing.
I mean, because you got to feel like there's some bit of humanity in the world that wouldn't let something crazy like that happen. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, there are some real crazy things that do happen, but as you say, it, their own people will be like, you're going to execute 15,000 people for protesting. No, 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 no. They didn't break no
First
laws.
of
What are you
all,
talking?
i-
Yeah.
if if 15,000 people allow themselves to get executed, then there's something wrong with that picture. I'm
Are
like,
you
wait a
bet?
minute, fam. That's 15,000. I was like, hold on.
That's an army in itself, right?
Yeah, we're gonna just lay down for this? Nah, bro.
It's an interesting and beautiful world that we are a part of right now, sibling.
Very interesting. And the fact that the world is at your fingertips. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like
Yes.
you can get
Yes.
real time reactions. You can get this is what's going on in this part of the world right now. This is what's happening. And the information spreads so fast. Yeah. That's why certain
Majorly.
places try to regulate it so you can't see it because the narrative. Man, we can go into conspiracy theories all day, bro.
But you know what though? But no, not even so much conspiracy. This is fact. We're talking facts now. It's not a theory. We're not hypothesizing. This is facts.
I'll tell you that real quick, right? What I'm thinking about that in itself, me saying that has been conditioned into people when they tell you when you don't. It's like what's going on with, let's say, Kyrie Irving, when they don't want information to spread, when they don't want truth to spread, they label it conspiracy, and then oh, you're crazy. So then people won't seek the truth about anything. They'll be like, oh,
Yeah,
that's crazy. I shouldn't seek the truth. But no,
yeah.
truth. You're right. Not conspiracy. Truth.
Yes. And
Hmm.
to give some context, some background, post JFK getting his head exposed and his brains splattered all over the place, there were a
Yep.
lot of people questioning that event. So many people were questioning that event to the point that I believe it was the FBI or possibly the
Hmm.
CIA
One of
who,
them.
yeah, who pardon self, went to the media heads and said, look, okay, this is too much. You know, anyone who challenges that idea, you use the phrase conspiracy theory. And as you say, it has been permeated throughout media. Anytime you want to
Yeah,
challenge something,
yeah, it's
wait,
dismissive. It's dismissive.
yes, wait, you can't say that. Kyrie Irving, wait a minute. You've just posted a link to Jeff Bezos' owned Amazon. And
Hmm.
on his website, he's selling books. And we deem those books to be anti-Semitic. So
Hmm.
Kyrie Irving, we've got a problem with you. And also, you posted it on a Twitter platform. So it's not your own platform. So again, look at the hypocrisy, everybody.
And that I was looking at like connotation or meaning behind that. So we here, and probably you guys there, we don't have a lot of sense of self as far as who we are, where we're from,
Yep.
those things. A lot of um, black people and here and there actually are native to those countries.
Hmm.
Um, the first people in the UK were black people. The first, a lot of natives were black. There were
Hmm.
different tribes, all these things, right? So
Hmm.
doesn't matter where you're from exactly, but we don't know. So
Yes.
if this guy, if he's like, all right, this is my name, let's research where I come from. This is right. And if you get excited about it, if you're like, oh man, because I'm separated from my original people. Hell, my last name's Thomas. You know what I mean? That's not
I know. I
you know
know.
what I mean? So if he gets a little bit of excitement and is like, hey, look, I'm learning about me, I'm learning about my culture, he probably wasn't thinking about that part, which to himself a bit of a fault. That's fine.
Hmm.
But that wasn't his intent. His intent was excitement. Like,
And to
dog, I don't know
share.
who I am. Yeah, like, look,
Yes.
you could be this too, or maybe you are.
Yes. This
But
answers some
instead, people,
questions. Yeah.
yeah, he's like, how can I be anti if I am that?
And then,
I don't
I
know.
mean,
This world is
and
crazy, bro.
it really is. I mean, I was speaking to an elder about this,
Hmm.
and I was just asking some questions like, if you was to hear the word anti-Semitic, what does that mean? If someone said Noble's been pardon self, he's been
Hmm.
anti-Semitic to so and so, how would you describe what have I done? What have I said? And they said, oh, if you're racist. I was like, okay, well, that's a little bit different, but I understand what you mean in essence. But no, anti-Semitic, what would I have to say like that all Jewish people are horrible, or would I
Mm,
say all Jewish people have got lots of money? Like, yeah, yeah. If you say that Jewish people have got lots of money, that's stereotyping them, and that's anti-Semitic. I'm like, well, okay, well, then
okay.
let's peel those layers back just a little touch, just peel them back.
Right.
Because if I said, for instance, that Jewish people are rich, but they're spiritually broken or poor, then that's like
Hmm.
a backhanded compliment. That's like, okay, well, maybe you're straddling the lines here. You've complimented them, but at the same time, you said something negative.
And I get
Mm.
that. I wish somebody would be like, man, all dudes named Ryno are rich. And I'd be like, yeah, man.
This is it. You ain't gonna complain about that. Like,
You're
what?
you're pro rhinoceros. I like it. I like it.
This is it. And
Anyway.
then you look at, okay, well, Semites. So who are Semites? Who are
Hmm.
Semites? And then you look, okay, well, that comes from Noah's three sons,
Yeah.
Ham, Shem, and
Shem.
Japheth.
Hmm.
Okay, so where did his family, if we look at the table of nations and we look at all the Shemitic people, it this covers some of North Africa, this
Yeah.
covers some of Central Africa, this covers some of the Arabian Peninsula as it's called, which is all part of Africa. We're
Hmm.
talking about a section of African people who look very, very differently, but if you say anything about a Muslim, oh wait, that's not is that deemed
But
anti-Semitic? No.
and I'll ask you, no, like, what's like you right now teaching me and me learning that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with learning? That's my only thing. What's wrong with people gaining knowledge of self, got
Yeah.
knowledge of history?
Mhm.
You know, I got to watch a movie called Gods of Egypt, and like most of the people in it are white. You know what I mean? Like, I got to watch Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor back in the day,
Taylor.
and yeah,
Yes.
she's porcelain. Like, come
Yes.
on, man.
Charlton Heston playing
Oh,
Moshe,
come on, bro.
aka Moses. Yeah, yeah. Come on.
I don't understand what's wrong with us learning. Why is there a fear of education? That's what irks me.
And for the Christians, here's a big slap in the face. People can do comedy sketches. They can say all kind of stuff about Jesus, aka
Yeah.
Yeshua Hamashiach,
Hmm.
and there's nothing said. There's nothing said. They don't say, wait a minute, you can't say that about Jesus because that's anti-Semitic. Jesus was a Jew.
Right.
He was from the tribe of Judah. He's the lying, the
Hmm.
lion, the roaring lion of Judah. Like he's a Jew. Like
Yep.
Christians respect him as well, but he's a Jew. You can't say that about him. But no one defends Jesus.
Yeah. For some reason, his Judaism gets separated from him.
Yes,
It's just all a big cluster. I
it
don't know.
is. It is. But right now,
Anyway.
people are asking questions, or most importantly, some people who, as you say, weren't necessarily thinking or critically thinking, and now wait a minute. Nobody's actually raised a good point here. Jesus is a Jew. Well, why
Right.
not? Arab people are. I mean, I don't believe that. Let me just double check and let's do our Google search. Oh, actually, yeah, Noble was right. Yeah, Arab people. Something. Oh, okay, so he's onto something here. Well, what's going on?
But it's a it's it's that thing of where if you connect the dots, if you learn too much, then and like I said, I don't want to get into that whole thing, but it's easier to control the uninformed,
Yeah,
or it's easier to control people who don't know their power. It's easier to
yeah,
control. Um, I'm not Kanye, y'all. I'm just trying to
yeah.
figure these things out. Like this is life. Like
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with information, what's wrong with learning, what's wrong with if it's accurate,
Hmm.
you shouldn't be scared of it, correct? Like,
No,
but
no.
why are you scared of it? Why are you
You
scared
sh
of me learning these things? Why are you scared
ev
of us knowing who we are?
everybody should be thirsty for knowledge, and I think that's what people are frightened of. That they want everyone to be in these little boxes, and they don't want people to ask the questions. To have an uncomfortable conversation with your parents, maybe to
Right.
expose yourself maybe to a different culture and learn about it, and not think, oh, well, it's totally different to what they put in the movies. These crazy stereotypes, like, oh,
I
these Chinese
remember
are cool. These Asian people are cool. These black people, they're cool.
exactly. I remember when I had an apartment that, here Jehovah's Witnesses would come by, knock on your door. There was Mormon people would come by, knock on your door, and they want to talk to you about their religions and whatnot. And
Yes.
and they would look surprised when I'd be like, "Come on in, let's talk." Like,
Yes. Yes.
like
But
well, I would love to learn. Let me learn about what you're doing, what you're selling here.
yes, exactly. Because ultimately, something is being sold, whether it's a theology, a book, an ideology, something is being
Hmm.
sold. And that is the good thing is that being at a young age or even at an older age, if you just develop the skill to, as you say, when it doesn't necessarily happen so much now, but as you say before, you'd have your Jehovah Witnesses, and I wouldn't let them in personally. I
Hmm.
would always have the conversation at the door with them,
Right,
and I'd
right.
take their pamphlets, and I would have a spirited
The,
conversation in areas which I was skilled at.
did they have the
And
watchtowers?
yes, of course, they've got the watchtower.
Nice.
Yes, they do.
Some
And
good
there's
artwork in
some
the watchtower.
excellent. The graphics I mean, the artwork, it's so pulling. It really, because pictures paint thousands of words, so they're doing a good job. They're fishing. They're called fishermen. They're fishing for new souls, to
True,
come back
true.
to. So I think it's a good thing. The Jehovah Witnesses and the Seventh-day Adventists, SDAs. I don't agree with a lot of stuff that they do. I don't agree with a lot of the doctrine, but
Mhm.
out of the majority of the Christian sort of theologies, they're following a lot of the laws. And
And I'll say, at at least you're open to learning about it to see if you like it or don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
mhm, mhm.
Like, people will not like things on the surface level without learning about it.
Y-
Nah, I don't like that. How do you know?
Yeah. Yes. Taste it, try it,
Yeah,
experience it.
learn. Get some new wrinkles on your brain.
Yes,
When
indeed.
shout out to your listeners, they thought I was just a dumb Texas rapper. Nah, bro. Like, I think
Listen,
we think we can talk about other things, man. This is life.
of course, you and Mr. Cap from SPC.
Ah, nice.
Yes, got some excellent feedback. People were blown away. And that's to be fair, they're blown away with most of the Texas series, but the level of conversation and the type of areas that we got into, that just did not expect us to go down those routes.
Because yeah, it's just, to me, if you don't continue to learn or try to learn or get different perspectives on life or perspectives of how things are, can go, could be, then I mean, you're just dead. There's no growth. Like, what is
Yeah.
that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. You're
So,
stuck. You're like some people who just stay in their state and have never been out there, out their block, never been on
yeah.
a plane, never took a vacation. Like, it's like America, even if you don't fly out of the United States of America, you've got 50 odd states that have just like, come on,
Bro.
that's so different from east to west, north, south, the central part.
Yeah, man. Actually, if you're a Texan, it takes about, from one side of Texas to the other, it takes about 12 to 16 hours to get out of the state itself. So you can explore just Texas and see way a lot of different cultures, a lot of different forms of
Yes.
life in just Texas. Hell,
Very true. And each
yeah.
state has its own flavor as well. San Antonio, D-Town, H-Town,
Hmm.
Corpus Christi, Galveston.
All of it.
Yeah, man. And then
Yeah.
inside those little districts, those wards, you've also got its own little flavor going on.
Yeah. like I say, that's just how it is. Different cultures, learning, learn.
That's the key things, man. That's the key things. So as we wind this
What the
build down,
outcast say? Get up, get out, get something. Don't spend all your time trying to get
trying
high.
to get high. You know it, man. You got to get out, cut
Get
that
something.
bullshit out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Straight up.
Classic, man. Classic self-therapy, soul food. This is the stuff that makes people, that music, that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
It, I
I
don't
know.
know what y'all are doing if you got access to some kind of time machine or like what inspires you to make some of the tracks that y'all make, but it's helping people, man, and it's helping to shape and mold men. And in
Yep.
these
Cause,
times, it's most important that we have as much men as possible.
and that's why if you listen to music, like, don't just listen to what's on the radio. Get
You can't.
like because if you just listen to what's on the radio, you'll think all life is women and money, like, which is pretty cool. But um, the good artists a lot of times aren't. Well, you can seek different kinds of artistry because it's not all on the radio.
No, not at all.
Like
Not.
we know that the radio is only going to cater to certain demographic, but
Hmm.
because people will ask me and be like, well, where do I find job, or um what is there to listen to, because there's only this kind of music. I'm like, that's all they put on the radio, but
Yeah.
check out social media, check out them hashtags.
Hmm.
There's conscious hip hop artists out there, there's political artists, there's afrocentric artists, there's all kinds of artists, man. Hold on,
Seek.
these twins done woke up. Oh, let me get these twins, let me rattle these twins real quick. Let me do some
Okay.
that.
So as
And
we wind this here build down, sibling,
mhm.
what's the future travel plans? I know you got your hands full and all that, dear. You know,
Yeah. So right now, like I said, we're working that single. We're everywhere through Texas right now, Atlanta, Oklahoma, just the Bible Belt, all the
yes.
states right now. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
We were out in Cali a few weeks ago, so we were in Alabama.
You're getting some
Um,
of that Cali love.
yeah, man, yeah, Cali and East Coast always show love, man.
East
Always
Coast
show
is feeling
love.
that 33rd.
Oh yeah, the East Coast been down for a minute, bro. So yeah. So yeah, we're just trying to work, man. Just work.
Good to hear, man. Good to hear. And
Yeah.
what are you getting from the crowd now? Obviously, it's a different kind of see. Well, I guess you tell
I'll tell
me.
you this. So as far as crowds go, and any artist can kind of attest to this, like, crowds give you what you give them, they give it back.
Okay.
So it could be, and I've seen this, it could be an established artist with jams. But if they come out and they don't have the energy and they're not giving the love to the crowd is going to be dead.
Mm,
Whereas I've seen artists who present themselves like the top dogs with all this energy, and they're giving it to the crowd, and the crowd loves it and appreciates it.
yes.
So us doing this thing for a minute now, we know how to give the crowd the energy. We give them love,
Mm,
and we're appreciative that they always give it back. You know what I mean?
proper, proper.
So
Uh,
it's just positive energy. We come to party. We
yeah,
come to take your, if depending how long the show is, if it's 20 minutes to an hour, we come to give you that escape. People
yeah,
gotta,
man.
like, artists gotta understand that's what people want. They want an
Yes.
escape from whatever is
Mm,
burdening them right now.
hmm.
They want to spend that time having a good time. So you got to give them that energy. You got to make them go, man, I'm glad I paid to come out tonight. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. That's what it's about. And because you're you ain't playing to like 50,000 people and nothing like that. It's nice, intimate places where, you can really hear the sound proper and you can actually see who's performing without looking at a
All
television
of that.
screen, you know.
We're not doing the Medell numbers yet, but we coming for them. You know what I mean?
Because of
Straight up.
course you can mix it up, of course. Then most I willing, time will reveal.
Hmm.
Oh, back to the audience. Are you seeing? Are you seeing like a whole new age group, like
Yeah,
younger
you know what?
artists?
Like I say, with the newest that song going viral on TikTok, you see the younger people because they're in there and they're doing the TikTok dances and whatnot, So the first part of the show, if we're not doing that song, it's like, okay, I kind of like what they're doing. But then when the song that they know kicks in, then it's like, okay,
Yes.
it's that kind of thing.
Yeah. That's wonderful to hear. And
Yes,
it.
my check. Nope.
All right then,
Yeah,
sibling.
bro.
Having
I'm finna
Yeah, man, having a little bit of technical difficulty. So let me just wind this here build down. Another insightful, entertaining build, sibling. Thank you very much for carving out some time on this restful, feastful day that
I'm
you're
glad
gonna
we're able
be.
to get some time, man.
Definite, man, definite. I'll make sure I throw all your social medias down in the description.
I appreciate it.
Honors. And yeah, man, I look forward to part 3. We can most definitely chop it up again.
Yes, sir.